Okay, so it's really afternoon, but that equates to morning for me. And I am running very behind today because I only woke up about an hour ago. So, okay, taking the slippers off. This floor, for whatever reason, sounds very sticky, and it's just the floor. I mean, it's clean. I just, yeah, it always sounds very sticky. And I didn't bring the tablet down because, well, A, I wasn't thinking about it, and B, ugh, making a mess. Making a mess. Excuse me. Using the tablet, because of how my phone and tablet are backed up on the iCloud, it tries to connect to my AirPods. Hello, Lothar. When I try to use my tablet and my phone, it tries to auto sync my AirPods to my tablet instead of my phone. And if I do that, then y'all can't actually hear me. So, yep, this is just gonna have to work. Yeah, I didn't have any coffee ground, so I just did that in a hurry. I'm supposed to be on Xbox here in another hour. Fun times, fun times. Sorry for the noise. I forgot I stuck the jug of water. The notification for this one worked. Well, that's good. Don't jangle your keys at me, Lothar. Just no. No. That doesn't, it's not okay. I haven't had enough coffee to make coffee yet. Yesterday was a very long day. I think I streamed for about 11 hours, somewhere in there. And slept really well. I can at least say that. Um, but I only woke up about an hour ago, and I've got to be on Xbox here in, what, just under an hour? So I had to rush to get all that set up. I woke up and like 15 minutes ago realized that, oh, right, I don't have a thumbnail set up for Meat Week. Thought about just stealing the one from last year, but decided against it. I used the same picture, like base picture, and just threw one together. All right, we've got water. The espresso is in there. One day, I'll be rich, and I'll be able to get a good espresso machine that has the grinder like all built in. So you just pour the beans in, and it just auto grinds. That would be amazing. All right, so do we want white chocolate, hazelnut, or butter toffee today? I had white chocolate in my regular coffee yesterday, so you know what? The hazelnut hasn't seen any love. Let's go hazelnut. Actually, my regular coffee maker is a Ninja coffee maker. Um, However, the what is the equivalent of espresso is not the equivalent of espresso. They do have a fancy machine that does actually have both. I'm just not that rich. Um, Both my coffee maker and I grabbed the wrong thing. Both my coffee maker and my espresso machine were my mother's. Um, I had a basic 12 pot brew. Hello, Machiavelli. Hello, Sinister. Yeah, you did smell coffee. Yeah, come and knock on my door. Oh, what show was that? Come and knock on my door. I'll be waiting for you. Oh, it's an old show. I know that. Wasn't Three's. Yeah, okay. I was gonna say, was it Three's Company? Hello, Savvy. Hello, Rhea. Um. Oh, yes, John Ritter. I remember. I have actually seen the show. I didn't get to watch very much of it. Of course, I'm an '80s kid, so that was. It's amazing that I've watched any of it at all, honestly. And now we wait. We wait for the magic to happen. uh, yeah, there were a lot of things growing up that I wasn't allowed to watch. Um, I lived a very, very sheltered life, so it's amazing that I've gotten to experience a lot of things. Oh, waiting. This is the hardest part right here, the waiting. It's like you just wish it could automatically brew. Of course, if I had made regular coffee, it would have been brewing already. Oh, so what have you guys been up to today? Or are you all just dragging out of bed like me? Mm, I think most of us here are late night people, or later in the day people, I should say. I know, right, Senna? How rude. Ooh. Yeah, I would love to have one of those. The only thing is, I don't do tea. Yep, that's about the size of it, Lothar. It doesn't matter how much sleep I've had, how good the sleep was. As soon as I hear Bear's voice, it's nap time. Mm-hmm. Right? That would be one expensive bill, Senna. Ooh, I should come and visit you. Just boiling water in it. Well, that works. So I've never been, yeah, coffee on tour. I've never been uh, one much for a bucket list, um, but that is one thing that I've always wanted to do. We moved for the first time when I was 9, and we moved from Maine to southeastern Kentucky. Um, so I got to see a lot of different, landscape and territory between the two on the way. But not only that, my maternal grandparents had this map of the United States. Um, and I mean, my grandfather passed away when I was 4, so I don't really remember that. But my grandmother had moved into this apartment, and on the back of her cabinet, she had this map of the 50 states, and it had it marked like all the different places that they had been. And they had wanted to go to all the states on their motorcycle. And so, in part by that, um, oh, I'm sorry, Cynthia. Nightbot doesn't like emojis very much. Um, but in part because of that, in part because I actually did get to see that. What's going on here? Okay, there it goes. Well, that's not good. Apparently, when I cleaned it last week, I didn't get up inside the steam wand well enough, and so it clogged it up. That's beautiful. Of course, I think I was fully asleep last week when I made coffee. Just saying. Because as I recall, I stopped halfway in trying to take off the spout, for lack of better terms, and I stopped so I could consume some coffee because I needed coffee. All right, excellent. Yay, everything worked out. But ouch! All you gotta do is just take a safety pin or something of the nature, which is what I was going to do. I know it's so beautiful. Responsible about. Here's the thing. Um, I don't drink as nearly as much anything as I should through the day. Um, so I will drink this, and it will take me hours. I may not even finish it because it'll get cold, and then it will sit, and I won't like it once it's cold because it has almond milk in it. Um, and I've missed some of your comments here, guys. So, hmm. Yeah, I don't do alcohol. Can't do alcohol. Only 3 key jingles. Yes, yes, yes. I mean, right? So I had to put Nightbot in. Um, there was a person that came along when I first started streaming. They were part of the community. And So I brought Nightbot in because he liked to, pick fun. Mm. Uh, you want just black espresso? I don't think you would want just black espresso, would you, Senna? That, that just seems. Rhea, I can drink coffee all day too and still sleep. It's the pure joy of ADHD. Hmm. Yeah. I have an angry liver. I had my gallbladder taken out. Um, so it's common during pregnancy for your gallbladder to stop functioning the way it should function. And with my first pregnancy, that happened. Um, I was induced 2 weeks early so that they could actually remove said gallbladder. Um, so ever since I've had my gallbladder removed, the liver takes over. If you didn't already know that. So I have an angry liver because I have made it do too much. So because of that, I don't take Tylenol products. I don't drink. Mm, mm, Cuban coffee. So, fun story about Cuban coffee. First of all, let me just say I never liked coffee. I didn't really start drinking coffee until after I got out of high school. I didn't like the bitter flavor of it. Um, but I don't know, about a year after I graduated high school, I was working at a Sonic drive-in, and the owner slash store manager um, would make Cuban coffee. Well, at the time, I would go in at like, I don't know, 11 o'clock in the morning. I would take an hour off in the middle and then work until closing time at 1 a.m. Um, and so he would actually go home and make Cuban coffee, and he would bring in some every day religiously for me. Um, and so that was in part where my beginnings of coffee came from. Um, I didn't really start drinking coffee on regular. Um, what kind of coffee do I even have right now? Right now, I have Black Rifle Coffee Company. Um, is what I'm using for the espresso. Um, hmm, um, anyways, it wasn't until I became a single parent that I started really drinking coffee, and it was out of necessity because you get up, you take care of your kids, you go to work, you come home, you take care of your kids, you go to bed, you get up, you go, and there's constantly something. You're always um, so coffee became my go-to. Mm, isn't it beautiful, guys? Mm. Um, but anyways, so my last job was actually working at Dunkin' Donuts. Um, so it wasn't until then that I really discovered how much. Um, so Rhea, a grinder, you can just get like a cheap one from like Walmart or wherever. The one that I have is a Mr. Coffee, was maybe like $20 at Walmart. It was my mother's as well. Um, but a good coffee maker, um, do your homework. If you're gonna put money into it, um, do your research. Um, I I wouldn't necessarily recommend an all-in-one machine. They can be good if you get the right brand. I will say Ninja brand um, is actually really good. Um, and should you need replacement parts, they're also very good about replacing things. Um, yeah, that's the thing. Yeah, I Ninja and Shark are basically the same company. They have different names because they're different types of products. Um, but I can say if you register your product, they have excellent customer service. Um, the vacuum cleaner, um, we had a German Shepherd for a bit, and the German Shepherd decided that the cord was a chew toy and chewed it in half. And I contacted Shark to find out about a replacement for the cord. And they said, well, this machine is not in production anymore. We do not have replacement parts for said machine. However, we will give you whatever type of discount it was. I don't remember now because that's been a couple of years ago. Um, and Ninja is the same umbrella as Shark. So I can only imagine that their customer service would be just as phenomenal. Um, when we moved into this apartment, I actually dropped the coffee pot for the Ninja coffee maker. I did have to pay a little bit, but I did get the pot replaced. So there is that. And I want to say that they had it here in like 2 days. So it didn't take long at all. Where some replacement parts you're waiting for like 5 years and you're like, is it coming? Is it coming? Is it going to be here? Um, ooh. Um, but I would say, um, as far as just a regular coffee maker, I definitely hands down, from what I've seen, I would recommend Ninja. Um, they actually, I want to say it was about 3 years ago, maybe closer to four. They came out with a brew station, and it has an attachment that you can put in for K cups. So for me, that's excellent because I've had people gift me coffee, and if they don't know what kind of coffee I drink or what kind of machine I have, they don't know what to buy. And I've had people buy or send K cups before. Um, and if you don't have a machine that takes K cups, it's kind of hard to brew it. So I have all these K cups sitting around and no way to actually use said K cups. So, um, so one day my goal would be have a good one, Senna. Um, I need to get going here soon too. Um, only because I have to go start another stream. Um, but yeah, my goal is to one day actually have enough money to replace this Ninja. This Ninja still works amazing. Hello, Dan. Um, this Ninja coffee maker is still great. Um, but I would like to update it to at least the one that has the K cups. I have seen better ones that also do the espresso. Um, I just hesitate to do one that does the espresso and regular coffee. Right? Um, Here's the thing. I don't choose K-cups. Um, However, I've been given so many that if I had, hello, Snake Eyes, if I had the attachment to um, use the K cups as they are instead of, because I don't have the time and the patience to open up every single one. Hello, Stain. Um, so yes, I could open up each K cup and dump it into a container. Um, I, I just don't have that kind of time and patience. Um, as it is, I have a bunch of decaf espresso pods that were given to me. Um, and my daughter's been opening those up and putting them into a container for me. So, all right. So, but yeah, one day. I'm not a huge fan of the all-in-one machines just because if one malfunctions, so if I have a coffee maker and an espresso maker all in one, and the coffee maker quits working but the espresso maker still works, you then still have to replace the coffee maker, and then you're now taking up that much more space. Whereas if you have two machines, if one quits working, you toss it and get a new machine to take its spot. Um, that's just me. Um, I don't know. I'm not a huge fan of taking up extra space. It takes up less space in theory, but it's inevitable. One's going to break down before the other one does. Mm, so good, so good. So for all of you that are just popping in, coffee, 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 coffee. So, but I am on my way. I have to go get everything set up. I've got a half hour, and I have to be on Xbox for Meat Week Community Day. Woohoo! So, mm, I don't know that I could do brown sugar and cocoa powder. Exactly, Snake. Um, one day, one day, I will have enough funds, and I really want to get a Breville um, espresso machine, or eh, maybe not a higher quality, but there's also the Italian ones, but those can range up into the thousands. I think Breville would be a high enough, good enough quality for at home. Excuse me. So one day, um, but those can be like hundreds of dollars as well. So I think they start at about like $500 plus. Just depends on which one you get. But, anyways, all right. Bye, guys. Have a good one.